Hi, today we're going to be making this adorable little coin purse. Isn't that cute? I think it's just so adorable. You could put candy in it. You could put, oh, fiddlesticks, mints in there. You could put anything you want in there. The only thing is don't give it to a child because it uses brads to hold everything together. And as you know, brads can be sharp. So whoever you give it to, adult-wise, just be sure to warn them about the brads. If you make it out of paper, you can't use the snaps because it's going to crush the paper. So you want to make it with Velcro dots. And then there will be a hole cut into the flap. So you're going to have to cover that with something, a decorative element, which is fine. But here are the ones that I've made. I just made them out of that vinyl ribbon stuff on a spool that you get at Hobby Lobby. And I happened to get this when they had a closeout, which was really nice because I think I got it for $1.99 a big roll. And you can make like 4 or 5 of these on a big roll. So they're really cute. Those are the ones that I've made. And so I thought we'll make one together. Let me show you the die. I have bought 3 different types of tools to make these. I bought a steel rule die, and I have a Big Shot. And the steel rule die was too large for the Big Shot, so I couldn't use it. Then what came up in my feed next, I bought them off of Temu, I should say I got it off Temu, was a template. So I bought the template and I put it together, and when I put the template together, the flap and the sides didn't meet up nicely like this one does. The flaps were way out here so that you had a big gap, and it just wasn't attractive. So don't buy this one. And then another time in my feed at Temu, this one showed up. And so I thought, well, what the heck, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? So I bought this one. This one, I'm happy to say I'm happy with. So I have cut it out of that kind of fabric back ribbony stuff. I am going to use snaps that I got off of Amazon. And then I'm going to use these little brads. And like I said, this is not a project for a child. Okay, so I did have to cut part of the die twice. I had to cut this strap twice because you need 2 of them. As you can see, I did cut a few extras though, just in case. I'm going to use a pokey tool to get out these little bits. Now, if you have a crocodile and for whatever reason you're having problems with the holes, you can use the smallest punch of the crocodile and you can punch these holes out. I don't need to because this ribbon was thin enough, and I went back and forth through my die cutting machine 4 times so that I would have a good cut. These are extra pieces. I'll just put them there. Okay, now this one I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty with, I can tell. So I'm going to try once more, and if I can't get it out, I was going to use my machine to cut it, my paper punch. Okay, so I've got those out. Now I need to take out all these holes, and they should come out fairly easily. I'm just using my, whatever this thing is, tweezer, to hold down and then hold the hole down, and then I'm just pulling up, and that's releasing that little punched out area for me. I really wish the steel ruled one had worked because it made a really nice sized one that I thought would be a lot of fun. And with that one, you could use rivets to hold it together. And so there wouldn't be any sharp points and anybody could have one. But not so with this, sadly. I suppose you could use glue and you could glue everything in place. That might be a little hard. But you could glue it in place, and then you could maybe glue something on top of the holes, you know, so that the holes aren't visible. I don't know. You'd have to think about it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use gold brads. So I'm just going to take, this is the top handle. This is this piece right here. So I'm just going to take this, lay it, oops. This is my flap here with the one hole. So I'm going to lay it over the 2 little holes at the top of the flap. Darn it. Stick my brad through. And give it a good press down. Take my next brad, put it through the hole in the strap. I'm sorry, I have fat fingers, so things don't stay in my fingers very well. Okay, and I'm going to go through the body of my bag, pull my brads apart, and then give them a very good press. And then I'm just going to adjust my strap to where it looks decent. I do have some fuzzies. If you have some fuzzies, you can cut them off with your scissors. And the fuzzies are just from the backing of the vinyl. There we go. Next, I'm going to put on my 2 straps here in the back. So I'm just going to find these 2 holes. Don't touch that hole, don't touch that hole, just these 2 holes. And I'm just going to go ahead, layer my holes over each other, insert a brad. Once again, I'm just going to give it a really good press into place. Now I'm going to line up the next 2 holes. I'm still working on that one strap. I'm going to put my brad through the holes. Oops. Funny story, by the way. First time I filmed this video, I don't know what happened, but like it filmed it in 30 seconds. It was so fast. And not only was it so fast, but there was no voice on it. So I don't know what happened there. All right, I'm going to give it a good press. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the strap. Put it in a position that I find visually pleasing. Take my next strap. And I'm going to insert it through the back of my backpack. Open my brads. Give them a nice good press. Insert through strap. Insert through bag. Uh-oh, one of my brads just... Oh, that's interesting. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay. Open my brad. Give it a good press. And I don't know what happened to that one. I guess I didn't give it a good press. I don't know. Doesn't look like the brad really opened up. All right, and then I'm just going to adjust everything until it's visually pleasing to me, like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in my snaps. And as you can see on this one, I used pink, and it looks nice. And on this one, I used black, and I am really fond of the black. So I'm going to see if I have enough of the black snaps that I can use it. I got my snaps off of Amazon. It came as a set, and it has the little tool to put them on. I need a back piece that has this pokey part out. I need 2 of those. I need a piece that pops up. And then I need a piece that has like a cup for that popped up piece to fit into. So I'm going to put them right there for right now and put these back. This is where you have to be paying attention, because if you don't, you can mess up like I did. So I'm going to take one of the back pieces, well, I don't know what you call it, piece, but the piece with the pokey part out, and I'm going to stick it so that the smooth black part is on the top side of the flap. And then I'm going to choose the snap-in part. I don't know if you're able to really see that because I chose black, which was stupid. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take my tool. This is what it looks like. It's just going to press down on it. It's going to cause this pokey part of the plastic to squish down. So I want to make sure that I have it exactly positioned correctly. And then I'm just going to press. Now I have found sometimes that the snaps will break in half, and if they do, you just go ahead and replace it. Okay, so there's step number one. Number two, now I'm going to kind of do a little bit of the opposite. I'm going to take the smooth part from the inside of the bag, all right, because this is where I'm going to put my snap. Then I'm going to take the piece that was like a cup so that my snap can sit down inside of it. I'm going to put that on top. Push it down with my fingers, and then taking my tool, I'm going to make sure everything is centered and then just smoosh it down. And then I want to give it a practice run to make sure that it actually works. It does, goody. Okay, now comes the finishing it up part. So I'm going to take, this is hilarious. So as I was filming that, I got a phone call, and I had, not accepted the phone call, and I quit filming when I thought I was filming. So I completed the pink one, so I didn't have enough to cut out a new pink one to continue. I cut out a blue one. I had enough for that, so I'm just going to go ahead and do my blue one. And now I'm just going to put my sides together. So I'm going to take my middle piece, fold it up first, then take my back piece, the piece with all the straps, and I'm going to just center it over the middle piece so that my holes show, oopsie, and are aligned. And I'm going to take my top piece and align it over the other two. And take my brad, if I can get one, and just pop it, oops, pop it right through. And then I'm just going to give it a good press in place. I'm going to come over to this side. I'm going to fold up my middle first. Then my back piece is going to come over and align right on top of that hole. Then my front piece is going to come over, align on top of that hole. This is the easiest way to do it, is if you get all three of those holes aligned and then you take your brad and poke it through, it's just much easier than trying to put your brad through each hole one at a time. Okay, here we go. And give it, of course, a good press. And then I'm going to close my little bag, and then I have to kind of reshape it a little bit. And it's so cute. Once again, if you wanted to, you could put some fabric tack glue on the sides, maybe give it a little bit more shape that way. But it's adorable, and it's done. How about that? So I hope you can find this die. This is awesome. So I don't know if I said it earlier, but Paper Pixie, she has this adorable little, she calls it a survival kit. It's a little box, a little tiny gift box, and in it she has a little tiny chapstick And little tiny Tic Tacs. Wouldn't that be cute inside something like this? Or chocolates, or, oh gosh, a place to keep your hairbands, you know, and then just put a little jump ring on it and make it into an attachment for your keychain or your purse or whatever. You could put anything in here. Oh my gosh, I really like this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project because I sure did. You all have a blessed day. Take care.